faculty, Suzanne Sutherland here with a quick note to say hello and let you know that we're back. I'll be sending out a bargaining report either tomorrow or the next day, and the newsletter will also start coming each week as well. We've laid pretty low during this time of accreditation prep, as well as the visit, of course. I didn't want our union to be held responsible for negatively characterizing Clark College, and I didn't want our messages to get muddled up with all of the other messages that were coming from the college that were highlighting many of the positive traits of the college. We also want to represent all of our faculty, so fairly, and I believe that the faculty did an outstanding job discussing Clark College with the accreditors, both talking about some of the issues that we have, as well as talking about some of those standout traits that make us such a great college. So, I was also pretty sick. You can hear it in my voice. I'm still getting over it. I had a cold and then a sinus infection, and then, both of those things have hung on. I'm coming out of being pretty darn sick. I just want to thank my department as well as my dean for just being really supportive and, being there when I needed that support. I was so sick at our department meeting that I could hardly stay awake, and they were very understanding, and they stood by me and understood that I was sick. Sinus infections are pretty serious, as you can hear. Despite the fact that it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's still impacting me. All right, so enough about that. I wanted to just let you know, like I said, that we were going to talk about or we're going to provide a bargaining report soon, but I can drop a little gem, and that is that we will be using a mediator from here on out, and I believe that we're going to see better outcomes with the use of the mediator as well. I believe that both teams will learn about negotiations through the use of a mediator, and I think that's important. One of the things, at least from my point of view, that has interfered with our ability to be successful in negotiations with the team is that there's a significant lack of experience bargaining, and that is really sort of interfering with our ability to make progress. So the mediator should be able to see that and help us make some gains. Both of our teams should come out having gained something for the betterment of our college. So that is my hope. What's very exciting is another piece of news, and that is the changes that we've had on the Senate. So beginning this year, Jay Fancher, who's newly tenured in anthropology, joined our Senate to represent SOFA, and also Victor Morales, who's also newly tenured in philosophy, joined our Senate to represent Beach, as well. Shannon McCombs, who teaches in transitional studies, is joining our Senate to represent part-time faculty. And then we also have Debbie Jenkins, who will be representing SOFA, and she'll say that I voluntold her, but I know she wants to serve on the Senate. So I'm very excited about that. We've already had really great discussions in Senate, and it's nice to see us communicating about hard topics. I think it's important, and Debbie brings a lot to the group, as well as Jay and Victor, and I know Shannon will as well. We've also had some moves on Senate. So Michael Sariello, who was representing SOFA, has moved to the at-large position, and then Cara Cacciarella, who was in the at-large position, has moved to represent BHS. And probably the uh, biggest change on Senate is that Yusuf Kamara has he chose not to run again, so he has moved on from his position as vice president, and Jim Wilkin-Luton ran and won a position as vice president of the Senate. And that is after years and years of service as an administrator, which followed a stint of serving as the vice president of the union. So he's come full circle. I'm really excited about working with him. I'm excited to see how we change with these new senators and new officers. And, another thing that's going to lead to some change is that I've been working with the other CTCs trying to bring us together. And as well, I've been working with the American Federation of Teachers, the other union that represents the other 24 or so unions in Washington State, to, like I said, bring us all together so that we can share information, so that we can help each other bargain, so that we can strengthen each other together. Because the more of us that come together, the stronger we're going to be. The college presidents of all of the other 34 CTCs, they get together routinely, and so should we. So we'll be doing that, and that's about it for my report. I just want to say thank you for being, patient as we were waiting for things to wrap up with accreditation. Now it's time to catch up with our communication, and I look forward to connecting with folks. We are a strong union. We have had some pretty significant wins over the last year, and when that happens, there's always the potential that you're gonna have people doubting you, or being haters, if you will, and that's something that I'm sensing, is the possibility that there are folks who aren't necessarily as supportive as it would make sense to be. And if I'm wrong, awesome. If not, and you're hearing anything, please come and ask me, or ask your senator if there's anything you're hearing that's giving you doubt or giving you pause about your union. You can ask about negotiations, or the Senate, or some of the officers. Whatever you feel comfortable with. I am a direct communicator. I communicate just like I am now. So pretty open book. If you have any issues, please let me know. You can email me too. I'll respond to those as well. But yeah, I'm just still really loving this position. I really am committed to supporting and to propping up the faculty at Clark College. Just such a curious and such a committed and passionate group of faculty members at Clark, and I am so humbled to represent our faculty, our librarians, and our counselors. So I will leave it at that. Sorry for such a long report. You're going to see another one in the next few days about bargaining. Thank you, and have a great night.